He says a ghost keeps him awake. I think he's having a hard time, to be honest, since his darling passed away. But he fears that a phantom has finally found him, some nemesis that never quit holding a grudge. The old man next door says his house is haunted. It's best to be up front with some tough love. I said, Robert, I'm so sorry, your house ain't haunted, you're just not used to being alone. Robert, all the creaks and shifts are just the sounds you missed when you shared your home. He says, no, 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 no. I've had some close calls with falling items. I'm tucking picture frames and dinner plates and all my daily meds, I can never find them. They're put in places that I never would have done, and the furniture shifts and it caused me to trip. I wake up with my pillow on my face every night. It sounds silly, but this house is trying to kill me. Will you come see? Just stay with me. Just stay with me one time. I said, Robert, I'm so sorry, your house ain't haunted, you're just not used to being alone. Robert, all the shifts and creaks are just the signs of grief. Now you're living on your own. But okay, I'll go. I can't help but feel absurd, because nothing that I've heard from the downstairs room is of paranormal origin. It's 4 a.m. This poor old man is just confused. But wait, I hear footsteps on the stairs. They're getting louder and louder above me. They're stomping. I pray it's just Robert until I hear him scream my name. And I go running up the stairs, jumping 3 at a time, and I'm fully unprepared for the terrors I will find. I burst into the room, and by the light of the moon,
by the light of the moon, it's me. Hello, everybody. How are we doing on this fine Monday afternoon where I am, but on this fine Monday something wherever you are? Welcome to Deep Blue Ink Radio. Yeah, I need to post a link in the Discord actually, but I am here and we are streaming. I'm not very good at multitasking, which is an excellent trait of any streamer, I find. Hey Casey, how are you doing? Yeah, as the title suggests, we are doing a Drawfee short to the next upload after Man vs. Bee. Hey, Lucky Paradox. The next upload after Man vs. Bee is going to be another short compilation, which I've already been doing a bit of work on over the weekend, because I have a kind of busy August and September coming up, so I'm going to be trying to get ahead of work as much as possible, and whilst there's only a handful of you in here, I'm going to admit this now, we're going to be going back to uploads every other week, because for the next couple of months, for a start, I've got a couple of bits to work on, a couple of commissions and stuff coming up, which are very exciting, but basically uploading every week is unfortunately impossible, which is fine, and I knew it was going to happen. It was never going to be what's the word I'm looking for? It was never going to be indefinite, but it is going to be back to every other week for the next month or so. Yeah, I think it's fair to call it unsustainable. Hey, Brian, nice one. Brian has been keeping us all closely updated on their career progress, and their career has progressed, which is very cool. So glad to So you've already set up, you already moved in. Right, let's crack on. What we're doing. Yeah, so that's alright, Caleb. Thanks for dropping in. The short I'm working on at the minute, you wouldn't be able to stop us. The short I'm working on at the minute is a gradient jump scare. It was the first one that I put in the Discord like a month ago, I think, saying that it was going to be in this one. And I've stuck to my word. I really like this one, and I wanted an excuse to use it, and I didn't think it was going to work very well as like a kind of full animation. That being said, it is going to be a little bit it's going to be a little bit longer than the rest of the shorts, because I've already done 2 of them. This is my 3rd short. No, wait. 4th? Hold on, let me check my files. It is the 4th. I've already done 3. That's absurd. The last one had 6, and I think this one's going to have 6 as well. But the first 3 were all about 11 to 16 seconds long, I think. And this one is going to be the one at the very end, so there's going to be kind of 20 seconds of it that's going to be unanimated anyway. But I think without that, this is still going to be like 25-30 seconds, I think, so a lot longer than the others. But that's good, because I wanted to make sure that it looks right. And for some reason, I've decided to go all fancy with the composition and with the kind of background for this one. So it is set on a London tube. I can't imagine there's any logic behind that, but I think it looks pretty. So, right, first thing to do, and something to warn you about as well, is my laptop. They are famous Londoners. That's right, isn't it? One thing I should warn you is my laptop has been very fucky today, so there is a good chance that it will just conk out at some point, and you will have a empty screen, and I will spend a bit of time figuring it out and kind of getting it all back working again. If that does happen, we don't need to panic. Hey Mythical, another Brit, another certified toe-to-tip Brit. Are the trains on the other side of the track in the UK? I mean, like, you say it like a joke, but like there are usually multiple tracks, so maybe. I mean, London being the New York of the UK, London's definitely the closest thing we have to New York, but like, I mean, like, that's where Broadway is. Not Broadway, West End, which is our Broadway. So I guess. The problem with that is then you start to like kind of do it for each of them. And I don't know. Like, yeah, I think Raf's right. London is kind of the only UK mega city, because if you like keep going with that element, what's like the second like biggest city in the US? Because I don't think like Birmingham can be called the UK's Washington DC or anything like that. Right. What am I doing? What should I call this newspaper? It's got to be something dumb and drawfy based. I don't know why I would start this stream trying to come up with a pun. That seems like an awful idea. What's the UK's Philly? Describe to me what Philly is to the US. I've seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but if you explain to me like a rough description of Philly, I will tell you what the UK's Philly is. But my gut reaction is Leeds. Ooh, Glasgow might be right. Local art people, your audience. It's a good one, Mythical. Gritty with a few batteries says Santa killed a hitchhiking robot. Yeah, I think Leeds. Someone else from the UK, tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Leeds is about right. Right, let's ignore. No, let's not. Yeah, let's ignore it. I'll come up with something in a sec. Mythical, it would be funny. So much so I am tempted to, but I'm gonna put some space between me and coming up with the newspaper headline. Okay. I don't think this is gonna be too loud. Hold on.
What? What? What?
So, I think for Nathan, whoops, I think he's going to kind of flinch when the gradient jump scare happens. I've got an idea for what the gradient jump scare is going to look like. Let's do everything around it first, I think. Which generally is a bad idea, but I'm fairly confident I know what it's going to look like.
What? What?
You're watching a drawing animation, pre-animation. It is the gradient jump scare. What am I doing? I think if what should I do? Right. So from there, no, it's from there. I think kind of bunch him down a bit and then have him kind of turn to Julia to see what was happening. See, this is where I could really do with, like, trying to act this out. Wait, did that work? No, it shouldn't have worked. And you can tell he's slowly expanding, so that's not right. No, that's not quite right either. I've not done the easing, so let's do that. You just see his head slowly widening. Shouldn't do that. Okay, right, let's grab all of that. And hopefully that'll fix that.
What?
Sorry.
And then I think if we kind of bring up his shoulders. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I was thinking about making fun of if you do have any issues. I'd like to imagine Dragon. What? Anyway, Mythical, you have a good one. I hope everyone. I should drop this actually now. Everyone go check out Mythical Water's third YouTube channel, which I'm still not over because they have just posted. Hold on, I've got the link now. Whoop. Oh, Imagine Dragons. Got it. Sick. Sorry. Yeah, if you would like to follow that link, it is a 20-minute version of when me and Mythical did a co-stream together and drew a load of Aardman characters, and it was very good, and nothing turned out cursed.
What?
And you can either do that now or later if you want to leave and just stand. It feels like a weird time to drop a link, but
What?
I think I need to kind of go more overboard with this, because at the minute it's like a very gentle kind of jolt. And like, I could be silly with it.
What?
But then maybe that's not enough. Who knows? I will keep faffing with it. I've not got any obvious plan with this one. And as we learn in my adventures with Mythical, I don't storyboard anything, which is always a good thing. And I will not back down from it, and I will not change my ways. So let's just faff and see what happens.
What?
Whoops, like that. Storyboards are for cowards. I've always said that. Thank you, Casey. This is the support I needed when I was being made fun of before for not doing storyboards or any sketches or ever backing up my work. And I absolutely refuse to grow. Okay. Where's the center point? Okay. Let's see how this looks. Hey, the neutral game.
What? What?
Yeah, so my idea for the actual jump scare is that Julia herself is going to become a gradient of some sort. Just all of the yellow on her is going to turn into some kind of gradient, I think. Raphael, thank you very much for that. 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. Casey, it is very kind of you to imply that I have any control over this class in the slightest. Yeah, I think guest speaker as well implies some kind of like expertise or like authority outside of this classroom. And substitute teacher implies that I'm being like paid. So maybe like just like rambling man outside that people have gathered around to watch. What am I doing? Alright. Do. See how this looks. Lucky Paradox, thank you very much for that. That's very sweet. I feel like that was... Don't read off, it's absolutely lovely, thank you very much. I feel like it kind of leans into the rambling man outside. I feel like I left a hat on the ground as I was rambling and didn't mean to like kind of ask for money, but someone was just like, here you go. Just take some money, please, and stop yelling. Casey, that's absolutely fine. If every single person that was supporting me was paying me minimum wage, I don't know. I probably wouldn't need to. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't be as worried about ads as much as I am right now.
What?
Everyone who's supporting me is
What?
supporting me very, very nicely. Thank you very much. Exactly. I think maybe I need to drag this out just a little bit. Just by like another 4 frames or 3 frames.
What?
Sorry.
What?
Why does Nathan's hair look like that? What is that? That's not meant to be there. Who are you? Where are you from? Found you. Gone. Okay. I feel like the hair should move more than it does at the minute, so let's move his head. Whoop. That didn't do what I meant it to anyway. Right, let's fix that as well then. How is everyone's week shaping up? What is everyone's plan for the week? Has anyone got any nice projects on the go? I can only imagine Brian is, I guess, settling into his new job, which is very cool. Is everyone else catching up on work that they were probably unable to do last week because of the unbearable heat? Is my current plan.
What?
Sorry.
Okay, let's try and make him look
What?
more scared somehow. Let's figure that out.
What?
What do scared eyebrows look like? Let's go with this, but like furrowed. I think kicking butt's a good plan. Driving down to Texas. America is always terrifying to me, so I hope that's not a very long drive. But I mean, talking to Bug Hunter about his tour, and he's like, oh yeah, no, I'm just gonna drive up to whatever state he said at the time, and like, oh, it should be fine. It's like a 9-hour drive. Just America is terrifying in that sense. I don't get it. But I hope that's enjoyable for you. Mika, thank you very much. It's a slow process, if that's not already obvious since they sent that message. Trying to hook my brain up into work mode. That is probably what I'm going to be doing as well after last week. Working on 2 different game projects at the moment, both of which I'm actually interested in. Raph, that's sick. Is it for uni, or is it like adjacent to uni, or either way? Cool, I'm glad for you. Summer holiday starts this week. Yeah, I mean, to that end, BT, my partner, who is a teacher, has also just started their summer holiday for multiple weeks, which is very cool. So we might have more BT appearances over the next month and a half. So I hope we're all excited for that. Set my stream lights, come to my desk, and also start refilling my set for stream layouts. Nice one. Sounds cool looking. 3 days. KZ, it's a 3-day drive? Oh my god, America's the worst. Sorry, I don't mean that, but like, I don't understand travel there, I guess. I mean, I'm in the UK, so like, I can't go anywhere without a plane or a boat, but cool. Well, I hope it's enjoyable. 1,500 miles. That means nothing to me. That could be like the distance from here to the moon. I guess it's not, but that's absurd. Jesus wept. Sort of working on an objection lol thing. I'm watching this right now though. I don't know what that is, but that's cool either way. If you want to explain what it is, Akai. And Quill, I haven't got a clue how he functions in general. He does a lot of work. So holidays environment, yeah. Just for fun, sick, nice one. I mean, I guess that explains why they were both of interest to you, at least. That's good. Yeah, that's early to start your dissertation, but you can't really start too early for it. You can drive from Nebraska to Minnesota in a day. That means nothing to me. Is Nebraska Alaska? I feel like that's not right, but either way. Is it actually halfway to the moon? That's absurd. Cool.
What?
Well, I'm glad everyone has got stuff to be cracking on with. Something that I'm going to do for this shot as well. I don't know when to do it. I'll do it now because I don't really know how I'm going to make Julia turn into a gradient. Okay, more than halfway, even better. I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a Scooby. Right, what I was going to do for this shot, and I'm going to start by, still not in the newspaper, right, ignore that. I'm going to start adding some colour scale modes onto things, and I want to kind of like add a nice kind of dim lighting to the inside of the tube. I'm going to do it to all of the people as well, I think, or I might have to ignore the colour scale node and just kind of do it at the palette level, which will probably take too long, so maybe not. Let's see how the colour scale goes. Right, we want the seating first. I think that's going to be the most indicative of what I want it to do. So yeah, something like that I think immediately is kind of what I want it to look like. And I'm going to change the highlights on the characters at the very least, just to make it kind of a bit more yellow and look... I kind of want this shot to look pretty. I want to have something kind of come out of this animation, because a lot of them are obviously very quickly kind of put together, but I want them to look explicitly like pretty, especially this one. I just don't know if doing like a colour scale like that's going to be an issue. The thing is, there's so many different ways of kind of like affecting different nodes. I'm sure there's like a really easy way of kind of negating that, I guess. I'm thinking out loud, but yeah, I don't know if that's going to work. Let's try it. So if we grab Nathan's hair. Oh, well, that's... yeah. Maybe not. I don't know. It's the distance from Manchester to Naples. That's too long. That's too far. Don't do it. Don't go. is my advice. My absolutely unwarranted, unsolicited, and unuseful advice. Where are we? This one. So we've got that, and we want it to be a lot more yellow, so if we add 40 to that, 40 to that. I don't think this is how colours work. Let's see. I hope it does work. So I want a kind of like yellow lighting to everything. So, well, it kind of does. It just needs more, I think, is the issue. There's gotta, I'm sure that, and like, I'm not looking for answers because I'd be surprised if anyone knows it because it's very specific, but I would love a way that I can kind of get the color scale to ignore kind of certain highlights, I guess, because that would be ideal. What could I do? Because I kind of want it to be a glow anyway, so if I what can I do? Let's have a look at the node view. It feels like there should be a node that's just like kind of ignore. This probably isn't the time to figure it out, to be honest. What should I do instead? Right, let's clone it. Feels like the first thing I should be doing. So let's clone that. I have tried yelling at Toon Boom, not on stream. I've got more sense than that, but I've been yelling at Toon Boom a lot recently. So it's a good bit of advice. Yeah, nodes is very new to me, and it's still a lot. When did I get premium? I think I got premium in like April, so I've only had Node View for like 3 months, but the one thing that I have learned, which is very good, is I've learned that this button kind of orders it, which is nice, which is very useful. Actually don't want to with that right now, but nope, that's a bad idea. Oh, I'll tell you what I could do. I think there's a node called Color Override. Let's see what this does. Because that feels like that's what that should do. As usual, thank you for joining me as I dig about. Okay, it's immediately not worked. I think I'm gonna leave this for now. That feels like, or even better, what I could do is just get rid of the color scale on the characters and just manually fix everything kind of around it. Might just be easier, I think. Okay, cool. So let's. Hey there, Sharpen. Cool. Should probably be more mathematical than that, so I can kind of recreate it. What does that do? Saturation. Whoops, not that much. Right, so it was 97 before, so let's say 77. I wonder if that will do it, or if that's too much. Let's add 5 onto that, so we'll take off 15. We'll try that for each of them. Oh, it doesn't matter because it's all the same one, never mind. Cool. I think that should still be the highlight. Toon Boom, please work with me here. Thank you. Yep, cool. What else are we missing? Plastic, thank you very much for getting me to stretch my hands. It is something I've not been doing. Sorry if you can hear the clicking on the mic. I know some people don't like that. I probably shouldn't do it. Whoops, but thank you nonetheless. Right. And then we need to fix his beard as well. Hopefully if I just do it once, it's going to be a pain for the time being, but should be fine, really. Except the beard might be an issue because there's like a weird way that I've done the rest of it. Let's have a think. Let's find the normal highlight, I think is this. And then that should be because there's a color scale on here, which I guess I could turn off, maybe, or just delete. This isn't the time to really. I keep saying it, but this isn't the time to be figuring this out, I don't think. I'm trying to like do the maths on it.